Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. I'm continuing my United Empire playthrough. While I'm doing that, I might want to think about getting this advanced game theory for better lasers using antimatter, but it takes a long time to pick that up. So in the meantime, I guess I can just pick up the extra hulls, get this upgrade to become Sheridan, and increase my capacity or my command points, meaning bigger fleets. And then I probably want to just go and pick up this F Reality Institute, make good use of my antimatter, improve my science again. And then we're going to use those fleets to expand our territories. The easiest way to win in the game, of course, is conquest victory, getting 28 planets. If I wanted a longer game, I'd probably disable this. And as you might have seen on our Unfallen playthrough, even with a peaceful playstyle, you can get a quick conquest victory reasonably easily. But we're not going to be doing a peaceful playstyle. I'm going to start to put some pressure on. Mostly because I just like the Sheridans. I mean, the United Empire is also a good choice. But I like going Sheridans. They're cool. Set a trap or an orbital DM. Or reach cancel in less than 10 turns. Now, which upgrade do I want more? Patriots pills? Not that necessary. Yennefer class. What is the Yennefer class? Reach the final population bonus. Influence conversion rate is lower. What is Yennefer class? This is Agridux is this. Okay. Not that appealing. And Chameleon Spaces is a bit more appealing. Wait! Oh no, I got the survival suits, which means improved defense module. Okay, that's solid. It's good that we got that without having to waste industry on it. A better shield is nice. Wait, it's asking us to go to... I mean, this Chameleon Spaces is something we can also pick up, but it's more intrinsically powerful than the other options, so I guess I'll try and reach Cancer in less than 10 turns. Where is Cancer? Never mind. Oh, here it is. I can definitely reach there. I just might want better ships to go with my forces. Speaking of which, we now have access to this cruiser. It's a coordinator ship. And we can edit it. Now, what do we want? We have decent plating. Pretty good shield technology. So we want some mix of those. As you can see, wait, let's just tear everything off to make sure we know which kind of modules can go where. Okay, so we have two general purpose modules, or support modules. Then we have modules or shielding. Two things dedicated to shielding. Some things which we can switch between weapons and shielding and squadrons. Some things we can switch between weapons and squadrons. So generally a very flexible ship design, I think. Okay, let's just get the obvious shields out of the way. Have a decent amount of protection. Maybe I want to design multiple ones of these. And maybe I want to see what the other ship design is like, the Hunter. So the Coordinator looks solid at everything, actually. I just sort of want to delete all the ones I haven't specially designed for something. I like designing my own ship, or I like carefully designing my ships, basically. It's the fun to be had in this combat system, really. So 76 is not great for damage output. I mean, the lasers are lagging behind a bit here. We have much stronger weaponry for ballistics at the moment, I think. Though this weapon, the basic Hell Array, is not bad. The fact that we just have titanium weaponry makes me want to go for those. I guess if we have more of these close range weapons, we want to have more shielding, which kind of cuts into our ability to get close range weapons. We can also go for these bomber crafts. 50 damage. Like, it's hard for me to know how this damage translates. So it says 50 damage per second, but better against larger ships. So it's hard for me to know how that compares compared to that or something. I don't know. What does Coordinator do? There's Guardian, it tracks fire from enemy ships and it's defensive. And Coordinator is... it attacks it. Okay. So there's a bunch of things we have to think about with that, but I don't think we have to focus too much on the random stuff of the combat. As long as we have decent ship designs, it should go okay. Thing is, I want rockets, but I also know that rockets aren't the greatest. I could just, if I'm designing this as a defensive ship, I could see going for mostly plating and shielding, and then we can just sort of rush them and try and use our slugs to tear them apart at close range. And it's possible for us to pick upgrades that are suited towards close range combat. This costs... it's going to cost us a decent amount of Hyperion to build these. So I guess this is our bruiser ship or our tank ship. And we can make another one designed around employing these fighters. Or bombers, rather. Fighters are interesting. They're good against... they're pretty weak against other ships, but they're good against bombers. So fighters will protect your fleets from bombers in general. The nice thing about bombers is that they'll always be active, so it's never like a situation where you have to... we have an extra slot available for shielding, so maybe I should improve that. And I can always buy Hyperium. I don't have to be shy of using Hyperium. I guess lasers? I'll just go slightly against lasers, because I guess this ship might get targeted from afar or something, so... carrier... I don't know. These names are kind of boring. Maybe I'd trying to come up with something more interesting if I was playing on my own, but I guess a functional name is never too bad. Just some bruiser ships, hopefully well-named ships, and we'll see what we could do with the Hunter class next. It looks like the Coordinator class is pretty solid for us. And also upgrading that Coordinator class should be reasonably easy, because we have lots of antimatter. Although we have to get some science technologies soon. Once we get this next technology, we'll switch to Sheridan and we'll get the Sheridan bonuses immediately. Or the Sheridan population bonuses, I should say. That includes bonus manpower. Now, we also have to think about what is the best ship for invasions. We have this module. Where is it? Where is it? I thought we had this invasion module. No, wait. Let me double check. I did pick it up, right? Yeah. It's OPEX gear. So it should be somewhere here. We just see which hull is the best for invasions using that OPEX gear. Here it is. Never mind. So the problem with the OPEX gear is that it conflicts with these slots, which are our engine slots. Let's see if a different class of ship has more of those. No. So no class is doing. These colonizer ships might be the best choice because they're naturally a bit faster. These ships also aren't great for that. Nah, these attacker ships are not great for that either. So I guess we go colonizers and we add some OPEX gear to them. And each one of those improves our manpower deployment limit by 100. So that's really strong. This is kind of interesting. A probe. This adds probe stocks as well. But does that mean we can colonize? I don't think so. Well, yeah, or maybe this is a special colonizer. So this fleet is going to be quite slow. Or I guess troop carrier. But it's going to enable us to quickly besiege systems. Or quickly deploy a lot of forces on the ground. And I guess we can always get the classic sort of... always get the classic siege ship. Although I wonder if getting troop carriers is going to be better for us in the long run than getting the siege ships. Cool. So we've done that much. Now we need to think about which other place could act as a solid location for us to generate fleets from. Probably Quarius. Quarius is currently getting Denark University, but after that, I guess we can buy this out. Now the problem is that bruisers cost a lot of Hyperium. Is Hyperium on the market? Not that much, actually. It's kind of annoying. Hyperium is our way to get the best engines, but we can get some troop carriers here. We can get a full fleet of them, actually. And the more we have, the more they stack with each other. So I'm really interested to try this troop carrier technique. My little brother told me about it. And he's my, I guess, resident expert on UE. He hasn't played on Endless yet, so, we'll see. We really need this universal aerodynamics. Now, what can we get? We can get this bonus manpower capacity on system, and the reason I want to get this is because we're about to. The reason I'm interested in these is A, this has a senator bonus, and B, we're about to use that system as a staging ground for our other. We're about to use that system as a staging ground for our invasion if we're invading on red. And I almost feel like I want to invade red. I feel like red is more of a threat. I've changed my mind a couple of times about whom to put pressure on. I think I'm fine putting pressure on red first. As long as they don't notice that we're building a ton of fleets. But the air is dumb, so we can fool them. Alright. Set up that system. Still getting those bruiser ships. Now I can think about what we can do with the Sopron class. And this has more gun slots, basically. It has a lot of gun slots. It has focus, it means it's focus fires, and it has bonus damage on weapons. So this is going to be our weapon ship, although it doesn't have as much defense capacity, maybe as other ships would. Getting it 2 there. We don't want to spend too much Hyperium on this design. I guess I'm relying on the other ships to tank for us. So we can even skimp on shielding so that we have more fire. So I guess that's the basic concept here. I'm gonna switch between long and medium range weaponry and get 2 engines. I don't want it to be too slow. We need those engines to be Hyperium engines. Obviously, Hyperium is something we're in short supply of right now, but yeah, we just really can't afford not to have those fast movement points, all these movement points in our fleets. And if we have to buy some Hyperium on the market, so be it. Where are we actually generating Hyperium from? Here? Well, we should buy that out. And where else? Gonos as well. So we should definitely get those things. So we already have those things there, so we're already generating as much Hyperium as we can from the system. Alright. Yeah, so we're not getting more Hyperium, which is a little bit bad because Hyperium is really good. Let's just continuing to spray and pray. And I guess we can sell this. No, this patrol ship is important as a blocker. So we put the patrol ship here just to make sure that blue doesn't try anything funny. Or that we have at least some advanced warning if we do. And now we should get this admiral to one of our systems so we can retrofit him with a better ship. Which we can then accompany our warships with. I wonder how much movement points these have? 10 movement points. This glass cannon only has... This glass cannon also has 10. So yeah. Our hero ship has to have 10 movement points then. At least to keep pace of the fleet. Deposit values are important. I'm going to pick that up. This effect is over. Dimitri gained a level. Excellent. Yeah, we can almost go back and get this later. So this bonus for the senator is pretty strong. We do want a lot of manpower, because it looks like manpower is going to be an important part of our military strategy. Well, obviously, because but we're going to use the op gear to force our forces through, or at least try to do that. Maybe maybe we adopt a different strategy later on. Now, after picking up universal aerodynamics, I think we're desperately in need of extra science in the Empire. I guess we can try and cut Toys for Boys and see if we're still happy. Nope. So that has to stay up. And without the new colony rule, our populations are not as happy as they once were. I wonder if we can improve that by popping out a quick infinite supermarket. Yeah, and also luxuries lottery, not too bad. Let's buy it out. Oh, we bought out the wrong one. Never mind. But we need to improve our happiness on these systems, which aren't as happy as they probably could be. Getting optics is useless if you don't have happiness in the system, basically. Luxuries lottery is not great, but it does something which we need right now, so yeah. New colony is something we should activate for now, at least until we can make better use of it. Like we can... Actually, Brains of a Bucks is good. Let's get that. Even though it deprives us of some dust, it gives us a decent amount of science. Yeah. There's a lot of probes. I clearly am a fan of the sort of spray and pray approach to probe generation. Picking up original... picking up food bonuses is neat. Let's just check this planet. Let's see what's there. This hero is, again, a decent governor, but it costs a lot of dust, so... Which hero just leveled? This hero. Flashlight guy. Cold. Alright. Not a great system, but okay. Wait, let's go back here. And I guess we'll pick up the food because there's no hot on the system. Or, yeah, there's actually no hot plants here. Can never be hot. Modernization would not be the worst here. We might want to buy out a lot. If we do, we do want to pick up the planets of industry, but there are no planets of industry, so that's bad. I guess interplanetary is the next choice because it improves our population, industry output. Oh, here I can move over there. And now we can modify our hero ship. And we definitely want at least enough, yeah, we want 10 movement points exactly. And now we can get a lot of rockets, a lot of slugs. Sure, we didn't get bonus from using physical weapons, so I'm fine prioritizing that here. Again, we want to diversify our fleets at some point, like having only one weapon type is risky because it's possible that our enemies pull chips to counter our ships. So the second wave of ships should definitely have lasers, and I guess advanced game theory can help with that, as well as F-Reality Institute. Yeah. That's a pretty big hunter ship. What is that doing there? Quest? Oh, I forgot about this quest. Damn it. We can spend random stuff to make our empire populations better. Why not? But you're welcoming. I'm so confused. Bonus industry is almost always... Wait, where's Quorum? Quorum was probably a well-developed system, yeah. We can actually go to Cancer to complete that one quest. Get a free technology. Although that will divert our fleets. And I'll slow down our attack on red if we do that attack. So that's not amazing. Although it'll give us a way to test our new fleets, I guess. Whatever. Once we get universal aerodynamics, we should have at least 15 points here. I mean, it will take them a while to get back. In the meantime, we can pick up extra ships. Yeah. Rather have more ships for the attack. Going super fast is not necessary here, because maintaining the element of surprise is valuable. Alright, we're starting to get to the point where we're getting enough populations that we're sort of filling up, meaning that food production gets a little bit worse for us now, because we have, you know, if we already have so much like population, then food is not valuable because it's not getting you population every turn. It's getting you less population very soon. This is a flat bonus for science is unimpressive at this point. Influence production is impressive. Dust production is impressive. I'm going to get both at some point. I guess we can get even more troop carriers. What is the limit for this thing? Like, I think just having more is always better. Yeah. Once we have enough troop carriers, we're obviously going to go to something like battleships on the front. Hopefully they can't actually check our hangars. Turn 77 is like, I guess, kind of lateish to have a fleet, but again, it's not. This is not Endless Legend. Like, you won't get blasted off the face of the earth if you don't have fleets. A lot of factions are just not aggressive. I guess rightly so. We could probably offer peace to blue. If we do that, we should get the commercial trade works. Ooh, commercial frameworks upgrade, so we can get trade routes. Now that will help us do is it will help us trade with blue. Lumeris are one of the few AIs which actually prioritizes trade routes to any extent, which is kind of sad because trade routes are cool. I like getting them, but they're less good if you don't have an ally who also trades. So here on Quorum, we're going to get modernization. Yeah, and I think that we can get all these other relevant stuff thingies. Stuff thingies. Whatever. We can even buy out some warships to have this fleet up sooner rather than later. In 6 turns, we can move that. Well, it'll take us a while to move this fleet back, so buying out warships is not the greatest thing. Not that bad either. This is going to cost us a lot of dust production. Especially with Brains of the Bucks. We need Toys for Boys to keep our happiness levels reasonably high there. Speaking of which, we should probably pick up... Yeah, luxury is going to be reasonably useful reasonably soon, I think. Yeah. I'm fine spending influence here. I only really need influence for the war declaration, and also once I'm fighting I should save up influence so I can refuse a forced truce. Forced truce being one of the most annoying things you can do to someone in the game. Let's get this. Always nice to have extra production of whatever resource you need. And our main system happens to have... Okay, now we have to fight them. And we get a pirate laser, which is neat, but not that good at this point. Our main system happens to have antimatter, which is great. Now we're producing way more antimatter. When we finally get lasers, that's going to be good for us as well. I guess I want to watch this fight, because I want to see how cool our ships look. The combat system in this game is reasonably simplistic. I get the design behind it. You want to avoid having combat be too much of an ish, because then it's going to distract from the main focus of the game, which is building up fleets. I think the designers have actually said this. And I don't believe them. It's a good concept. So you sort of like can sit back, relax, and watch some fleets get blasted into oblivion. But I do wish there was a little bit more strategy. In particular, it would be nice if maybe there were ways in which you could play on this positioning theme and get, like, just in general have modules that improve, or ways that you can position your fleets which improve your chances of winning. Like maybe you want to have, I mean, like maybe you want to have like ways to flank the opponent or something, which could be interesting. Having these guns is really good against missiles because you, like, the slugs are doubly good. They're good against enemy missiles because they protect you against them, but they're also pretty dangerous at close range. So I'm actually kind of happy to have slugs on my fleet in general. Even if they don't kill things that quickly. Yeah. As you can see, our fleets are reasonably effective against a not so well prepared opponent. And also they look pretty cool. You know, Empire design is awesome. Most things in this game are designed pretty awesomely. Gaining a bit of extra experience in our hero is nice, yeah. Our hero is not one of those coveted fleet heroes who can make fleets faster. That's obviously really desirable. Not every fleet commander can do that, though. Let's wait till we have a couple of extra ships. We've got the pirate laser. Alright, not bad. Actually, pirate laser is kind of bad at this point. Next turn we're going to turn to Sheridan. That's cool. Get sustainable first, I guess, because of the cold. The system is not very impressive, but okay. Wanted to start somewhere. After we get that, like I said, I'm going for this F-Reality Institute. I really want the extra science production. And next, because I have so much antimatter, I'm literally swimming in it, or figuratively, I guess. Very weird swimming antimatter, right? I can get this advanced game theory, and that'll give me access to pretty good weaponry, and also laser weapon. Now, what does this wonder? Be the first to reach 10 Orichalcix or Quadronix Empire production. I get simultaneous war system, which is 2 bonus command points. That is a nice upgrade, but that's also quite hard to do. I have to check this. Trade Clearing Bureau. Bonus on trade system start ID. Okay. That's, I think, in every game. And I forgot what that is. We also want commercial frameworks at some point. But these upgrades we can get after we pick up F-Reality, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't think probes actually pick up enemy fleets, which is a big downside for probes. We have 9 out of 10. Hopefully this will add a lot to our fleets, meaning we can build up larger fleets. Alright. We can edit our battle tactics for free. We have Get Lucky. That's good if we have critical head weapon modules. We don't really do that. Extra experience on fleet is neat, I guess. Long range defense bonus, maybe is a little bit better. Yeah, again, the basic ones are pretty solid. Petra leveled. That's good. Get bonus capacity. It looks like the senator bonus doesn't change, so let's go like that and go for this. There's less of a priority here on couriers. Our manpower is actually low in systems, so it's pretty good that we picked Sheridan then. So we became Sheridan, and we got this patriotic shipyards, meaning we get a nice bonus to fleet production. And let's see the Sheridan bonuses. Militarist, obviously. Bonus capacity to systems. And bonus capacity on empires. Just lots and lots of capacity. And we're also getting... We're going to need a lot of capacity to man all these fleets. By the way, our Emperor now looks cool. As a Sheridan hero. Yeah, okay, I get it. Now, the story has reached a kind of crisis point where we have to decide whether... Well, basically the story is about the Emperor's sort of crisis of faith, or like the Emperor's belief that they are... the Emperor's belief that he is like being hounded by possible conspirators, etc. And we've decided that we don't want to abdicate, and the Emperor's Zelivas is again sort of taking control of his life. And if we make this decision by attending, we have to forego investigating the traitors. And I think this is a bit better. I mean, the reward is not great either way, but I think this is going to be a bit easier to do. Now, let's find this Emperor module thingy. What is the Emperor module? I know I have a skull there. Flotilla projectile defense, flotilla energy defense. And it costs us a little bit of money. Okay. I mean, I guess if we're getting a suboptimal module, how is it really? I mean, 10 defense is not great on the ship. Might as well get it on a colonizer then. Colonizers, the secret MVPs. There. Emperor's Ride. Let's build an Emperor's Ride, I guess. Wait, where is it? Alright, there. Cool. We have now a 9 stack of ships ready to invade as soon as we give the order. And now we've gotten this bonus, meaning that our capacity for fleets is 9 out of 22. I told you, this upgrade is insane. You should watch my top 5 sciences video. I explain how good this is. But basically, adding 12 extra capacity points is kind of ridiculous. Like, we can have a 20 stack of these troop carriers if we want. I think we should. Let's just make more of them. And I think with those many troop carriers, we'll have no problems in invading systems. Now we can split our forces a bit more, add some air, but mostly armor, I think. We can upgrade like this. We need more... Wait, we should probably upgrade our airships. Yeah. If they have air, we can switch accordingly. We definitely need more of the adamantium stuffs. Because if we have adamantium, I think we can upgrade our ships a bit more. Or our troops, my bad. Where is adamantium in my empire? Inex. Okay, there, Inex. You have a new job in life. Build this stuff. That's all that matters. Okay. There. I've crushed their self-esteem, and now I'm ready for upgrading my army here. Oh, we also need Hyperium. My bad. And I don't even have enough of that, so... I'm gonna have to wait for the Hyperium. Oh well. I can build a bomber ship if I want. Although more glass cannons is nice if I already have some bruisers. I'm gonna make sure to form up my fleets. This fleet is still taking its time getting here. That's kind of awkward. Yeah, so thanks to the Sheridan, we're having a lot of manpower, which we're gonna need to fuel our invasion fleets. And we have some sterile, no, we have a hot planet, so this AI labor is not a complete waste. Not a complete waste, TM. Right. That's great. Yeah. I think I will attack red. Industrialists are going to do well no matter what. Militarists are probably going to do well. I might as well support scientists. I could have saved up more influence, I guess, to... Yeah. Or maybe I couldn't. This is a lot of influence cost, and I would have been not spending it aggressively. These things always take forever. Okay, we have militarists and industrialists. That's fine. She has a great perk later on in the game. But we switched to militarist completely. Okay. The thing about the militarist law is that it improves. Oh, we look so cool! Zelivas is swag now. Super swag. Bonus influence is never bad.
One of our favorite fish in this.
Okay. So we finally let go of our obsession. Petra's furious that we are the Emperor again. And the shipyard, the evidence has been destroyed. Okay. So the crowd is like really happy that we're still the Emperor. And to get the final Sheridan upgrade, the Sheridan Slugs, which improves our kinetic damage, we need to exert 40 positive pressure on an Empire. Fuse Trial, bonus influence production for limit, like a very small happiness cost is totally fine. How much influence pressure are we placing on them? Yeah, we're placing a decent amount. We can actually bureaucratic imbroglio. There's no such thing as a democratic imbroglio in this game. Yep. That is my MO. Lies and shadows. We're gonna wait till we complete that quest to attack them. And then I'm gonna try and ally myself with blue and get some bonuses from their trade routes. Or not ally myself, but maybe be at peace with them. Don't actually need these things to get pelvis production. So you don't have to go for this military build-up with the Empire, but it's what I prefer. I like. I'm very simple. I like big guns and stuff. Basically, the Emperor's personal craft. I think I can sell this. It's pretty cool as a one-off trick, but. And I reckon we can just keep building up this troop carrier fleet. And we can even, I think, get up to 22 of them. And then with 22 troop carriers, we're just going to deploy so many forces that I doubt that they'll be able to catch up with us. Which is pretty cool. I think. Feels very thematic. Now, speaking of themes, it would be nice if we could... Really, the speaking of things is already bad habit. Speaking of this, which has no relation to this. Let's go in this direction. Meta commentary on myself. I just want to get enough Hyperion that I can complete. Well, I can complete my upgrades on my army units. And then later I can build more stuff that require Hyperion, right? And I also want some Adamantium so I can improve my warships. No, not my warships, my ground ships. There. Okay, I'm just gonna get more resources here. Forgot which level that... I can't keep track of which systems my units are. Hey, we got it! A galaxy learns about our... we have strong arm diplomacy and aggressive posturing. And... yeah. So victory should be a formality. Awesome. And let's see how good the Sheridan Slugs upgrade can be for battle tactics. Request Alliance. Alright, that's interesting. If we go for that, that means war with red. And I didn't want to pull the gun on that quickly, or jump the gun on that quickly, but we do have our main quest completed. I want to edit this battle tactics actually. Get the Sheridan Slugs. Project a hull plating penetration on ships. This is pretty solid. It costs us some influence to do that, but whatever. So I guess I can get an alliance from them, and that means for now we're working together with them, and that means that we're at war with the Riftborn. What? We're at war with the Vodiani as well. Well, Vodiani normally do pretty shittily, but like that is well, at least we were gearing up for war anyways, you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So. Well, there's always something gained without venturing, but like, not much ventured, maybe. Sometimes not much gained in certain circumstances. That is correct, but also unhelpful. as is sometimes the case for correct statements. I'm just going to bounce down here. Now we can buy out these ships if we want. But I think first we have to... No, we still don't have enough adamantium. I do want to upgrade our army units. And I want to upgrade our tanks twice, but I can't. Yeah. Let me wait one more turn. Oh, this plan is cool. Wow. Some funky stuff happened there. Alright. More levels on heroes. Oh, cool. We attacked someone they don't like. I probably should have checked which empires Blue was at war with before I agreed to a truce or alliance. Always important to do because you can end up on the wrong side of a conflict very quickly. Okay, but I think we're going to be on the right side of conflict. 21 points on this fleet. It's going to be very dangerous for our opponents. Now we can get those extra troop carriers out there. We have a big troop carrier army. Once we secure the airspace over here, we can just send our troop carriers down there. And we'll be able to do that next turn. And then we can launch our invasion of that system. Should be pretty epic. Now I'm going to upgrade these. Just making sure my tanks are as powerful as possible. I think I want mostly tanks. I can get some infantry and some air. The infantry is... They're probably going to have a lot of tanks. And they're probably going to have a lot of infantry, but I think they probably won't have air, so I can have some air to attack their tanks, but in general just have a strong tank backbone for our army. a tongue tank backbone? Anyway, FAI Institute. That's very solid. We have so much antimatter that, like, why not? And we also need more science. I will attack, all in due time. Oh. There's their homeworld. We want to attack their homeworld if at all possible. Alright. Let's always make sure the airspace is clear. Or the space? Airspace? Whatever. And now we're going to send this fleet in. And now we have a huge invasion force. And we can deploy a ton of forces. As you can see, this deployment is really strong. We can also blitz to make sure we deploy all of our units. So it looks like this op gear is OP gear. That's really strong, actually. It means we can pick up planets super quickly with the Sheridan. We won that. We actually defeated their defenders in one turn. Excellent. We always want to occupy, by the way. Get modernity on this system. Getting food is not too bad, because they probably hate us at this point, so yeah. We don't even need to declare war, because we're already effectively doing that. We can bounce over here. They have a lot of fleets here, but none of the fleets have enough command points to challenge us, so we should be able to crush them with superior command points. Command points are super important for military technology. That's why I went for this upgrade. And it looks like they're just behind us in military tech, so we should be able to crush them because of that. In a very nice way. Oh, we are playing Sheridan. Like, come on. Getting more troop carriers is obviously helpful. We might be able to invade the main homeworld of their homeworld in one fell swoop, I guess. Their main homeworld, as opposed to our side homeworld. I'm just going to buy out as many as I can. Yeah, it looks like this invasion strategy is actually very powerful. So it's the first time I'm trying this, and it's strong. Like just being able to invade instantly seems very powerful. Because one of the issues with one of the constraints on invasion is that you can't do it too quickly. Your opponents have time to react. And here we've almost maximized the troop carrier fleet, which means we're getting the maximum amount of invasion points. Or we're able to deploy the most amount of forces, or whatever, or the maximum amount of forces there. And because we're Sheridan, we're going to have an easier time refilling the manpower, or generating enough manpower in the first place. Gonna keep blitzing to make sure we like put as many troops as possible on the ground. We can also go for guerrilla. But yeah, an extra 1,000 troops is not a bad choice. Yeah, we captured the sister as well. So normally draft can stall you for ages, but with this strategy, it looks like draft is no longer an option. Yeah, this is not a great planet, but okay. We're still undevoted, so that's good. I guess we... yeah, Jingo's Joy Bill is probably doing enough to keep our happiness high. We could have picked the new colony on system. Let's see if happiness is decent without Toys for Boys. Not quite. I think I should get rid of this Brains over Bucks and just pick up Feed Fortitude. It's going to improve the health on our warships. At the cost of influence production. That's a bit worrying. I kind of want to get an influence upgrade soon. Like this one. Which will help us not only pick up more colonies, but also be able to fund our influence expenditures. Yeah, influence is very important, and it's hard to generate sometimes. Virgo is doing well. I want exactly one more troop carrier, so I'm just getting rid of these. We can build a bomber ship here, or we can start building warships here. The ones that cost less Hyperion, because we're Hyperion starved at the moment. And we might as well get these expanded mines because of the titanium here. At least at some point. Then we can start building warships here as well. So turn 85, we have a very powerful timing attack. Related to picking up extra fleets with the Sheridan. And picking up these troop transports. Very powerful way for us to quickly snowball a war. So we win a few fights, and then we claim planets like very quickly. It's probably even possible for us to play a sort of ninja strategy with these troop carriers, and just bounce them around enemy territory and quickly claim systems if we can immediately deploy all our fleets. Though it's obviously better to maintain a strong offensive over several turns. I'm going to pick this up. Bonus manpower and Senate. Manpower is very important for our strategy of just deploying as many... No. You don't know what game I play yet. This is good. Refilling our fleet. Refill rate on fleet is pretty important. We need to keep our manpower high. Okay, shut down the protests. Or pardon the officer. Plus 30 damage on fleets on Empire. Major political crisis, but bonus damage. I mean, I take it in my stride. Let's go for that. I'm not micromanaging heroes. I don't have time for that. Okay, all of those things have stopped happening. That's okay. I can reapply them at some point. It's nice that the United Empire is always contains a plethora of minor factions, meaning that civilization is very multicultural. Okay, we're facing these ships. They have pretty good guns. Oh, they've diversified between energy and weaponry. I guess we might want to go for Sheridan slugs. Just tear through their defenses, especially since they have a lot of plating defenses. I don't think I want to watch. If they do a decent amount of damage to us here, no, they didn't actually. We just destroyed them decisively, so that was pretty good. Now we definitely want to reinforce with extra fleets, and that means getting more warships here, and also some tank ships to absorb some hits. Now here we can send these fleets in this direction. Yeah, we don't want to overextend. A good way for us to lose all these troop carriers would be to send them down here when really we have to make sure that the area is clear first. What I want to use them for is to quickly pick up this system. It being the homeworld is nice, A, for supremacy victory, and B, just because this is probably going to be their production center. After we get dimensional folding, I'm going to get the formation influence upgrade because I'm short on influence at the moment, and I need that. I need that law fleet fortitude, which is going to help give bonus health to our fleets. I think the core section is part of the fleet. I'm not actually sure. I think we can press the advantage here on Ingress. Try and protect our ally. Okay, they're attacking us with a military behemoth. This might be a fun fight to watch. It has various kinds of weaponry, so we don't have to go for one kind of defensive strategy, and I think we can keep using and abusing the Sheridan Slugs upgrade. Sheridan Slugs adds a lot of DPS to our titanium-based armies. Ideally, we'd also get adamantium-based armies, but also doing that wouldn't really be that logical because we have a lot more antimatter. We want the adamantium. You generally want to use the one for weapons, which you have an excess of, because you want to be using, say, the adamantium we do have for good upgrades, or maybe the basic costs for carrier ships. Ah, the ships are so cool. It also looks sort of like old-fashioned, like a U-boat or something. U-boat. The nice thing about Sheridan Slugs is that sometimes defenses are so good that they overpower your weaponry, and this just prevents that from happening. I mean, we're probably going to lose a ship here. We might lose a ship here. But anyways, just enjoy the ride. Yes! Didn't even lose a ship. Yeah, so command points and good weaponry, and also that Sheridan Slugs are really helping us push in this war. Even if our bruisers are taking some damage. Now that means we can keep upgrading our hero. Hull plating penetration on fleet is excellent because it helps make sure our slugs get through. We're going to be mostly a slugs faction because of Sheridan slugs there. And fleet health is obviously nice because keeping our ships alive is important. I guess we can improve the shield capacity on our ship. It doesn't actually. This is not one of those great upgrades, but it's also not too bad. Unlike this, which is too bad. We might have to pick it though. We don't have action points, we've been attacked, so. Something happened with the Academy. I don't really care about the Academy because I have the Hero Marketplace. Cue perfect timing. This is an Overseer. Overseers are good. This is a Guardian. Guardians are okay. Take that Destiny. Alright, we can move here. Pink sort of fits the Sheridan reasonably well, actually. Not a bad color for them. We can get bonus happiness in the system. I guess I should have, if I knew about this happiness law, I should have put it somewhere else, but okay, whatever. Right, impervious bunkers, nobody cares about those. Yeah, based on how effective this thing is, I almost want to get the lower power version for other factions and just forget about those stupid sieging ships. Like, screw them. Siege ships are good at the start of the game for early aggression because you have nothing better, but I wonder if there's yeah, we can. I wonder if we can just do better. So we need more Hyperion for that life. And we don't have Hyperion. Awkward. I guess we can just planet crack here. Also, that's kind of far away. Nah, never mind, we can build another ship here. By selling some other ships. Bomber squad. Oh, we're low on titanium as well. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. Xenotourism agencies. Pretty solid. Oh, not great. Like, there's a point when you have to just get every random thing because there's no other good use for your industry. I do want this dimensional folding though. We're just whittling down their fleets like one by one. All four. They can't invade Ingress because of our fleet standing guard. So basically the Sheridans are there to protect Blue, which is good. Because Blue could be our trading partner.
Tell us what you plan.
No, I don't want to.
Anger us.
Oh, the Cravers player is there. That's probably why we're not winning on score.
The deal.
No. I feel very confident at this point. Horatio is leading. Weird. Whenever I play Horatio, I'm struggling. Maybe I'm not swag enough to play Horatio. What a beautiful man. Alright. We can attack. Let's see what they throw at us. These ships have a bit more laser. We can go for the anti-laser configuration. We have pretty good laser defenses. Again, these power to shields and hull plating, even though they're the basic ones, they're just pretty good. Even though they're basic upgrades or whatever. Or the basic, not upgrades, card choices there. They're not that bad. They seem like they should be really bad, but they're not. Well, and often they're actively better than the alternatives. So I like going for those. And 2 turns we can pick up, or 1 turn we can pick up dimensional holding. At that point, I wonder if we should just get rid of fleet fortitude. We're stuttering is heavy this time. The stuttering Sheridan, eh? Yeah, it's just that the Red has so many fleets that they might gradually whittle us down. You, though, will suffer.
Feel free to anger us. Feel free also to...
How are you these days? Careful.
Nice. It's nice to have the Rumeris as allies. I hope they have trade routes, actually. Let's double check with them.
Welcome, welcome. How can the families help?
It doesn't tell me. I do hope they do have trade routes. Science agreement is good, though. We don't want to attack them. We want to attack Beta AI. So this, again, fleet has a lot of lasers. We're going to go for the anti-lasers thing. And we should take minimal losses while crushing them, again. And we lost a bruiser ship, so they had a bit more damage this time. But that's not bad, otherwise. We need to get the bonus shield capacity perk sooner rather than later. And this bonus damage perk is very nice. And bonus hull plating absorption? This is a good hero for combat. Now we're going to move these ships over. And I wonder if we can just piggyback these troop carriers over there. It's still a bit kind of risky to move them into the zone of fire. Yeah. Okay, I guess I can sub out those ships which are taking a lot of fire. And we can move this back here if we want. We might want to. Now we just picked up F Reality Institute, and it's time to pick that up in like all of our systems. And I think I'll do that next time, because I don't want to just at the end of the episode just like scroll through every single system and like talk about how much I love F Reality Institute while doing so. So thanks again for joining me. Here we get to see some of the power of the Sheridan invasion machine, especially when paired with a surprisingly awesome improved fleet management, unique United Empire upgrade. Although it's kind of this this hypergear, just 3 technologies earlier. And yeah, it looks like we are ready to be raiding some destruction on our foes. We don't have any behemoths. That's the one thing I maybe was a bit lax about in this playthrough. But you don't always need behemoths to do well. And I think the Sheridan strategy is pretty solid. Again, if you want to do something else with United Empire, that's completely fine. This is not... I'm not even sure if this is like optimal or anything. You could, for instance, pick Mazzara if you want to improve science. You could pick United Empire if you want to continue your industry and influence gaining plan. Here, our influence is suffering a bit because I didn't do that. But what we are getting through this is like a powerful invasion machine using these troop carriers combined with the Sheridan perks to increase our manpower capacity in Empire. So I'm still having fun playing the United Empire, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode. As usual, if you enjoyed or learned something, consider subscribing. I'll see you next time.